Jesus them need us. When they work us so hard, and they use us, they use us.
Freedom Paper, August morning, 1838. By the Queen, a proclamation, wherein an act has been passed by the legislature of this our island of Jamaica for terminating the present system of apprenticeship on the first day of August next, and thereby granting the blessing and privileges of unrestricted freedom to all classes of its inhabitants, and whereas it is incumbent on all the inhabitants of this our island to testify their grateful sense of this divine favor, we do therefore by and with the advice of our Privy Council of this our said island direct and appoint that Wednesday, the said first day of August next, be observed in all churches and chapels as a day of general thanksgiving to Almighty God for these his mercies, and of humble intercession for his continued blessing and protection on this most important occasion. And we do hereby call upon persons of all classes within this our said island to observe this said day of August next with the same reverence and respect which is observed and due to the Sabbath. Witness His Excellency Sir Lionel Smith, Knight Commander of the Most Honourable Military Order of the Bath, Knight Grand Cross of the Royal Hanoverian Order, a Lieutenant General in Her Majesty's Land Forces, and Colonel of the 40th Regiment of Foot, Captain General, Governor-in-Chief, and Commander of the forces in and over our said island of Jamaica and other, the territories thereon depending in America, Chancellor and Vice Admiral of the same, at St. Jago de la Vega, this 16th day of June, Anno Domini 1838, in the second year of our reign. God save the Queen.
A reenactment of the reading of the Emancipation Proclamation in 1838. This marked one of the most significant moments in our history. My fellow Jamaicans, as written in Psalm 118, verse 24, this is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Emancipation Day, the 1st of August, is a day that we will always revere, as after years of resistance and self-sacrifice, our ancestors succeeded in securing their freedom from enslavement. Coming on the heels of the War of 1831 into 1832, led by the Right Excellent National Hero Sam Sharp, it was especially significant for Jamaica, since it was that war which hastened the decision of the British Parliament in 1833 to declare August 1, 1834 as Emancipation Day in all its territories. That war was a tipping point for the freedoms we enjoy today. It has been universally asserted that those who do not learn from history may be doomed to repeat it. As such, the designation of a day such as Emancipation Day brings with it the opportunity to promote knowledge of our history. We recall that our ancestors were forcibly removed from their ancestral home in Africa and brought shackled to the Americas. It was a period of oppression and torture. Our ancestors were deemed as property. They saw their glory diminished, their humanity cast out on the garbage heap of chattel slavery, and their integrity challenged in the face of the daily brutal onslaught of colonial powers. An African proverb reminds us that until the lion tells the story, the hunter will always be the hero. Yes, our history reminds us that this was not the full story. And so, as part of the celebration of this Emancipation Day, we must solemnly pledge to always pause to tell our many stories, including those about our glorious past. We must ensure that for generations to come, our children and their children will be exposed to and know their true history. Today in this celebration, we advance like the Sankofa, marching ahead to a future of sustainable prosperity with the resilience and fierce determination our ancestors passed on to us. We boldly reaffirm our unwavering thrust for reparatory justice on behalf of our ancestors. And we pledge to defend the role we must play in the fight to affirm the rights and dignities of Afro-descendant peoples who continue to suffer injustice, lack of recognition, persistent poverty, and social devaluation. Our thrust for reparation is not only to repair the damage to our psychosocial being, but also to address the inequities which still exist. Reparation is about reclaiming the power of who we were as we sow the seeds for a brighter tomorrow for our children. Today, we look to our ancestors and pledge never to forget. Like trees rooted and grounded in soil, known for its fertility and longevity, this generation must pledge to always remember. Indeed, we are a resilient people, and in the face of all the challenges, I say, we shall overcome. My Jamaican brothers and sisters at home and abroad, one God, one aim, one destiny. Have a blessed Emancipation Day.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free.
I'm making a very special plea to the public who will attend these events. You're going to have to observe the protocol. You're going to have to wear your mask. You're going to have to sanitize. You're going to have to keep your distance, and that our future is in your hands. Violence against women and girls is a human problem, not just a woman's problem. It's a problem for men too. Gender violence takes many forms, including sexual assault, domestic violence, relationship abuse, sexual harassment, and sexual abuse of children. The magnitude of ongoing violence against women and children in our country is cause for alarm. We can end the violence. It requires all of us to end the violence. I call on all our men and women in Jamaica to take a stand. And men, especially, must get involved in this movement to create a better world for their daughters, their mothers, their sisters, their aunts, their uncles, their fathers, their sons, and for themselves. Let's protect and reassure. Let's unite to end gender violence.